everyone, it's Phoebe Simmer. I hope you're all having a great day today and welcome back to another speed build. Today we're in the world of Copperdale and I wanted to make like a small family home, but I couldn't really decide what kind of family I wanted to live here, so I ended up doing like a poll on my Instagram and the majority voted for a single dad with twins, so that's what I've gone for. My Instagram is linked in the description below as well if you would like to go and follow me. I usually post like things that I'm working on and you would get to help me decide like what builds come next. But yeah, moving on to the video, here I'm just working on the exterior. I use that like orangey base game brick, which I don't usually use that often, but I do actually really like it, so I should probably start using it a bit more. Also, the windows that come with Strangerville, I believe, they've got like that 70s kind of feel to them, so I wanted to add those in with a mixture of other windows as well, just so it's not like all matchy and I didn't want it to be too like modern looking either. I also added in just a little garage just because I thought the dad could be like an engineer or something, so I wanted to put like a broken down car in there and try and make it look like he's working on it. But yeah, you'll see that when we get to the interior. For landscaping, I kept it really simple, just enough so that it doesn't look too plain. And for the terrain painting, I did only use dirt just because this lot doesn't actually connect to a road, it's kind of like a dirt path, so I wanted to blend it in with that. Then I just used some of the debug trees and the debug grass as well, just for a little bit more detail, especially because this world is quite foresty looking. I wanted it to blend in, so I put a few larger trees in there. So now we're just working on the kitchen. I really like how this turned out actually. I used the platform to try and make the kitchen a bit higher. It's just something a bit different. I don't really usually use the platform, but yeah, really like how that turned out. So as this is a single dad, I didn't want the house to be like too feminine. I use a lot of like blues, which isn't a colour I tend to use in kitchens, but I think it turns out really nice. And I'm using that shaker style cabinet from Parenthood pack. It's like that warm wood kind of swatch. It's I just think it really looks good with like the blue tones. So I'm also adding in like a little basic dining table. I didn't want anything too fancy. And here I'm just cluttering up the countertops, and I move those pots and pans and make them look as if they need washing, just for a bit of extra detail there. It looks a little bit more lived in. Onto the living room. It's quite a small room, but I use that sofa from the industrial loft kit, and again, that's not something I use very often, but I really thought it suited this house and like the style that we was going for in the living room. Then I added in the desk and a family computer. It is actually the only computer in the house. I usually like to put in a laptop or a computer or something in the bedrooms, but the bedrooms were quite small, so I just end up keeping it downstairs. But yeah, I think this room turns out really nice and cosy. For the garage, like I said, I wanted it to look as though the dad is like kind of working on this car, like as if it's his hobby or something. It's what he would do like on a weekend. I do also put the washer and dryer in there as well, and just a few other clutter items. So we've got the Hoover, and then I do put some like gardening stuff up on the wall. Then also these like debug tools as well, and the debug toolkit as well, just so it looks like he is actually working on the car. Moving on to the upstairs, for the landing I keep it really simple. It's really neutral as well on the landing, so I do end up just putting like the mirror and a plant up there. I do use just a little table, and then I also use the like car painting as well. I just thought that really suited like the vibe of the dad. And then onto the twins bedroom. It is two twin girls, so I wanted to make them quite different, like not like complete opposites, but I wanted to give them like different personalities. So one of them I imagined to really like animals and like maybe wants to be a vet or something, and the other one to be like really girly and maybe I want to be like a fashion designer, you know, like really enjoys dressing up and stuff. So yeah, that's the kind of vibe I was going for with these two. And onto the dad's room, I end up keeping that really simple. There's not much clutter at all. So it's literally just bed and wardrobe, the absolute basics, and then I use one of these shelves and just clutter up the shelf a little bit. Then into the bathroom, that is also quite simple. I do add a little bit of clutter onto the countertops next to the sink, just with like lotions and like what I imagine to be like shampoo and stuff. But other than that, it's pretty simple. But yeah, we are coming up to the end of the video now, so I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope you enjoy the screenshots. If you did like it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!